Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. My name is Michael, and we are in the continuation of the reading of the Word of God in the book of Genesis. We left off with chapter 7, with God giving his judgment to the world and creating the flood, but noticing the righteousness that's within Noah, deemed it to save him and his family through the ark. Looking back on the times and days that was filled with man continuously thinking of and committing evil continuously, it begrudged and hurt God to his heart, which is why he wiped everybody else off the face of the earth. All creeping things and things of the air, like it gives a great description of how the flood was, and even the highest peaks of any mountain was put under by 15 cubits, I believe, if I remember correctly, of water. So, I mean, think of Mount Everest and it being covered in water. It's just how much water was put onto the planet of the earth. But with that, we're now getting into chapter 8, which is the flood subsides, and the covenant that God creates with Noah in regards to never creating a flood like this again. So, hope you enjoy. Again, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 8. But God remembered Noah and all the beasts and all the livestock that were with him in the ark. And God made a wind blow over the earth, and the water subsided. The fountains of the deep and the windows of the heavens were closed. The rain from the heavens was restrained, and the waters receded from the earth continually. At the end of 150 days the water had abated. And in the 7th month, on the 7th day of the month, the ark came to rest on the mountains of Ararat. And just a side note, 7 is a number of completion, so it's fancy that it's on the 7th month. Anyways, and the waters continued to abate until the 10th month, and the 10th month on the 1st day of the month, the tops of the mountains were seen. And at the end of the 40 days, Noah opened the window of the ark that he had made and sent forth a raven. It went to and fro until the waters were dried up from the earth. Then he sent forth a dove from him to see if the waters had subsided from the face of the ground. But the dove found no place to set her foot. And she returned to him to the ark, for the waters were still on the face of the whole earth. So he put out his hand and took her and brought her into the ark with him. He waited another 7 days, and again he sent forth the dove out of the ark. And the dove came back to him in the evening, and behold, in her mouth was a freshly plucked olive leaf. So Noah knew that the waters had subsided from the earth. Then he waited another 7 days and sent forth the dove, and the dove did not return to him any more. In the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, the waters were dried from off of the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. In the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth had dried out. Then God said to Noah, "Get out from the ark, you and your wife and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing that is with you of all flesh, birds and animals, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, that they may swarm on the earth, and be fruitful and multiply on the earth." So Noah went out, and his sons and his wives with his sons' wives with him. Every beast, every creeping thing, and every bird, everything that moves on the earth, went out by families from the ark. Verse 20, God's covenant with Noah. Then Noah built an altar to the Lord, and took some of every clean animal and some of every clean bird, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And when the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma, the Lord said in his heart, "I will never again curse the ground because of man. For the intention of the man's heart is evil from his youth. Neither will I ever again strike down living creatures as I have done. While the earth remains, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall not cease." Chapter 9. And God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. The fear of you and the dread of you shall be upon every beast of the earth, and upon every bird of the heavens, upon everything that creeps on the ground, and all the fish of the sea. Into your hand they are delivered. Every moving thing that lives shall be food for you. As I gave you the green plants, I gave you everything. But you shall not eat flesh with its life, that is, its blood. And for your lifeblood I will require a reckoning from every beast. I will require it, and from man. From his fellow man I will require a reckoning of the life of man. Whoever sheds the blood of man, by man shall his blood be shed. For God made man in his own image. And you, be fruitful and multiply, increase greatly on the earth and multiply in it. Then God said to Noah and to his sons with him, Behold, I establish my covenant with you and your offspring after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the birds, the livestock, and every beast of the earth with you. As many as came out of the ark, it is for every beast of the earth. I establish my covenant with you, that never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, This is the sign of the covenant that I make between me and you, and every living creature that is with you, for all future generations. I have set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. When I bring clouds over the earth, and the bow is seen in the clouds, I will remember my covenant that is between me and you, and every living creature of all flesh. And the water shall never again become a flood to destroy all flesh. When the bow is in the clouds, I will see it and remember that everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is on the earth. God said to Noah, This is the sign of the covenant that I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth. Verse 18, Noah's descendants. The sons of Noah who went forth from the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the people of the earth who were dispersed. Noah began to be a man of the soil, and he planted a vineyard. He drank of the wine and became drunk, and lay uncovered in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brothers outside. Then Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders, and walked backward and covered the nakedness of their father. Their faces were turned backward, and they did not see their father's nakedness. When Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his youngest son had done to him, he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall he be to his brothers. He also said, Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and let him dwell in the tents of Shem, and let Canaan be his servant. After the flood, Noah lived 350 years. All the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Chapters 10. Nations descended from Noah. Now this continuing chapter has a lot of names and a lot of fairly difficult pronunciations, so forgive me if I do speak incorrectly, as I didn't go through and get the pronunciation and follow them beforehand. So yeah. These are the generations of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, Magog, Madai, Yavin, Tubal, Meshech, and Tiras. The sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, Rephath, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan, Elisha, Tarnish, Kittim, and Dodanim. From these, the coastland peoples spread in their lands, each with its own language, by their clans and their nations. The sons of Ham, Cush, Egypt, Put, and Canaan. The sons of Cush, Sheba, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, and Sabtika. The sons of Rama, Sheba, and Dedan. Cush fathered Nimrod. He was the first on earth to be a mighty man. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. The beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh, and the land of Shinar, from the land that he went into Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Erkalah, and Rezin, between Nineveh and Calah, that is the great city. Egypt fathered Ladim, Anamim, Lahabim, Naphtuim, Pathrusim, Calshuim, from whom the Palestines came, and Caphtorim. Canaan fathered Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusites, and the Amorites, and the Girgashites, and the Hivites, the Arkites, and the Shinites, the Arvadites, the Zamorites, and the Hamathites. Afterward, the clan of Canaanites dispersed, and the territory of the Canaanites extended from Sidon in the direction of Gerar as far as Gaza, and in the direction of Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim, as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham, by their clans, their languages, their lands, and their nations. To Shem, also the father of all the children of Eber, the elder brother of Japheth, children were born. The sons of Shem, Elam, Ashur, Arphashad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram, Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Arpashad fathered Shelah, and Shelah fathered Eber. To Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg. For in his days the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Joktan fathered Almadad, Salif, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadoram, Azul, Ziklah, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, and Ophir. Havilah and Jabab, all these were the sons of Joktan. The territory in which they lived extended from Mesha in the direction of Sephar to the hill country of the east. These are the sons of Shem, by their clans, their languages, their lands, and their nations. These are the clans of the sons of Noah, according to their genealogies, and their nations. From these the nations spread abroad on the earth after the flood. All right, so that is going to be the ending of our reading this morning. We will be continuing in chapter 11, which is the Tower of Babel. So for anybody who doesn't know about the Tower of Babel, it is a great story in God's righteousness and his patience, but also his judgment as well. Thank you for listening very much so. You see all of God's mercy into this. God is a merciful God, and he's a very loving God, but he is also a God that will not stand for evil for a continuing amount of time. But like I said at the beginning of it, though, he is also very patient. People look into, after Christ's crucifixion, and how can God continuously allow evil to run rampant on the earth? And as our generations continue to go from the crucifixion of Christ, evil has definitely grown and flourished throughout everywhere. But God is a promise keeper, and he's not going to interfere with our free will. It is man who chooses in sin to do the evil that is afflicted upon the earth. Excuse me. God just allows this to happen for a short while. Now you may be thinking, well, 2,000 years isn't a short while. But as we learned in the New Testament, a day is to 1,000 years as 1,000 years is to a day in the eyes of God. And his time is not how our time works. So, it's only been a couple of days in the eye of God, our Father, since Christ has been crucified. So he is patient with us, but his patience only runs for so long, as we will see and continue to see throughout the Old Testament. But his mercy and his love also prevails over a lot. as we will also read in the Old Testament. So with that, I do thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the read. I hope you continue and pray that you continue to read on your own, discerning of what the truth is that God's speaking here. For there is so much information, truth, encouragement, and knowledge that God's given us within these books. And it's up to us to study them, understand them, pray about it, so that way we can understand where God's coming from. That's why he gave us these. Excuse me. So with that, I do love you. God bless you, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.